Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have very special review impressions of a knife. I've had it in my collection for a little bit, and yeah, let's talk about it. Alright, today we're reviewing and looking at the Kizer Hawk. This is a pretty cool little knife. It is just a neat knife altogether. It reminds me, as far as quality and build, from Kizer, of the Militaw. It's that caliber, and I think the Militaw has been Kizer's best knife that they produced, just my personal opinion. Probably because I own it and I've really enjoyed that particular one a lot. But this one is up there for sure. This is the Hawk. It does have another polished DLC wonderful blade like the Militaw. You can see my fingerprints on there, so you just have to wipe that off. And that polished DLC is just superb. And I think you can still see my fingerprints on there. I feel like I wipe them off all the time because it's so polished, which is beautiful. And you know, for some people they may, oh, that's terrible. It doesn't scratch. It's DLC. Literally, when I've cut stuff and you see little marks, you think, oh, did I scratch it? No, wipe it right off. It comes right off. And if it doesn't, put a little oil on there and then it comes right off. It's usually just stuff on there, right? The scales and the handles, they're all DLC coated as well. This is titanium scales, beautifully milled, speed holes on here, nice aesthetic. It does have a lanyard loop, but it's not prioritized. The clip itself is a beautiful milled clip, nice and springy, goes in and out of the pocket nicely. Very unique shape, it has that kind of rounded shape. And it does look like a hawk, right? Like a little hawk, whatever. Sorry about that, forgive me. But it is a liner lock in here, and I will tell you, when I first got it, it was a little tight, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. The knife name is the Hawk. The designer, I believe, is, oh, I can't remember who the guy is. It was in the unboxing, but we can talk about it. If I remember, I'll make sure I'll put it right here. Okay. Kizer is the manufacturer of the company. They did design this. It's not a captive pivot, but you know, it does have pivot collars and all the good stuff. Works pretty well. It is this truly is an inset liner lock, by the way, which I found was very interesting. Now, it is a steel liner, so you don't have to worry about putting a steel bar insert, but it is a steel inset liner, right? It does engage about 50%, nice and solid in there. It doesn't have any pivot play or pivot lash, and then nice lock in, nice clickety. Let's do that one more time, facing the mic. Nice clickety. It's quiet, dead nut centered. I did put skiffs in there, so the action is ridiculous. And the drop shut is beautiful. No play anywhere. The milling and the texturing on the scales is phenomenal. This is a beautiful texturing right here, beautiful texturing here. Great weight relief. If you look at the inside on that titanium scales, it's just really astonishing. I love that. Love that. Back spacer, again, titanium, beautiful texture on there. It's just a nice aesthetic. It's got jimping on here. It feels very soft, like it wouldn't do much. You push in, you're locked in. It's actually got some substance to it. It does lock you in. That interesting fuller or thumb hole works really nice for a low flick, and it also works really nice for a high flick. I like that. And then it also works for a thumb flick as well. And then it's got a nice little flipper here that you can do a push button on, or you can do a light switch on. I like both of those. Both of those work really nicely. You could actually do a bonus flick here on the blade itself on that, because you know it does start going down, angling down here from that flat part on the top here, so you could do a low reverse bonus flick. So it's not necessary, but you can absolutely do it, and I like that. I always like bonus flick. So the inset liner lock, when I first got it, was pretty stiff, and it was limited. It is cutaway, easy to get to, but it was really stiff, and I found that uncomfortable. And you may like it, and if you don't have big old meaty fingers like me, leave it. It'd be fantastic. It allows for a great flip, but it made it a little more challenging for the reverse flip, at least for as far as I was concerned, right? So I ended up just doing a slight tuning so I could get to it, because the problem I had getting it to disengaging past the blade took a little bit of effort. You really had to push hard because it was very resistant at the very end. Once you get past that and you get over the clutch, if you will, over the detent ball, you're fine. So the detent ball is right there. You got to get past that. So if I hold it down low, push in, get just past that, then I'm past the detent ball. But if not, you get that double clutch and it locks into place. And then you can't really shake it, it locks back up. So you got to get down there. And it works for me. I like that. It may be annoying for some. I like it. I don't think it's an issue as long as you understand what it is. It's just really fidgety, really nice. Nicely chamfered all the way around. I think that's really beautiful. The texture, everything. I love the blade M390. I love how they get that polished on there. Nice and nice on the top. Nice pokey tip. Does go in, you know, get dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch, cases of water, whatever. Beautiful slicey. I could shave with this knife. It's so nice. So I do enjoy that part very much. As far as everything else, I like it. I really like it. It's a nice feel. I got large hands with big meaty fingers. Plenty of room there. Can't really trigger choke up on this one. It's not really made for that, but you could choke up and get an extra large hands with big meaty fingers, or double extra large hands with regular sized fingers, or triple extra large hands with thinner fingers, right? So definitely room. It's not a gigantic knife, but it's not a super small knife, and I like that. The action is beautiful. It has a nice acoustic. I really like the acoustics on this. Just a real crisp, nice, clean sound, which has a lot to do with the nice milling, the super great weight relief on this thing, which is really phenomenal. Now, that doesn't help if you slip off, but the jimping does go all the way out, so the chances of falling off are much less. It's not like you slip off, it's because I wasn't on it. But otherwise, it's really nice. Now, you can see if I don't get past that double clutch, it becomes a little challenge, but when you carry this regularly, it's very easy to figure out where that is, and it's very easy to drop it and then get past it, right? So I find that really makes it a fun fidgety knife. So that I enjoy. Opening, closing, you got the flipper, you got the fuller, you got a little bonus flick. That's always nice. Let's see if we still do it. Can I do it? No, I thought I could front flip it. I can't. This one doesn't really do that. So that's it. Lock type, it is an inset liner lock, and it truly is inset because it's inset in the titanium scales screwed in there, and it's not like a full liner, so it's an inset liner lock, which is cool. It opens and closes. Let's see, a lock type, inset liner lock materials, titanium, steel bar insert, M390 polished DLC. We talked about that. The blade shape, I guess we could call this a Hawk bill kind of a blade shape. I mean, it's a Hawk knife. Let's call it a Hawk bill blade shape. I'll go with that. You tell me what it is or what it isn't. I'll call it modified. I don't care. I like the blade shape. It's distinct. It's unique. It's something really out of my aesthetic. But it's one of those knives I don't carry a whole lot now. I liked it a lot in the beginning. It's really cool. I think I might do a catch and release on this little guy. I think it'd be a good knife to give away. Not give away, to sell. So you may see me selling this knife. I think somebody else might really enjoy it. So yeah, we may be doing that. Again, a really cool knife. I think definitely worth checking out as far as this one goes. All right, let's talk a little bit about the weight on this guy. See how much this guy weighs. All right, so weight is 4.5 ounces. That's really surprising. I wasn't expecting it to weigh. It feels much lighter. That's kind of surprising. Okay, all right. That's one of those like you didn't expect it. So where's the, okay, so it's centered right there. Oh, it's very balanced. Okay, so maybe that's why it feels so light when I hold it, because that's like dead center. And it feels very balanced. Okay, all right, maybe that has something to do with it. That's crazy. Let's look at the length on the knife. I don't think it's gigantic, but I don't think it's super small either. So what are we dealing with here? We're dealing with a knife that's 7 and I want to say 15/16 of an inch long, just 1/16 shy of 8 inches. So it's almost like a regular size knife, right? I don't consider it a really small knife. Your handle area here, if you go to the very tip right there, it's 3 7/8 of an inch. If you use this little part, you could probably kind of get, full 4 inches on there. Blade length on this guy is going to be right at 3.5 inches. Cutting length is going to be 3 3/8 of an inch. All right, let's look at the blade stock thickness. I don't think it's a super thick knife, but I don't think it's a super thin knife. So can I get it balanced? Okay, there's one of these I'm going to have to hold. All right, oops, I forgot to turn this off. Okay, so let's see what we're at here. 120 thousandths of an inch. I guess it's thicker than I expected. The measurements now make sense. So it's not a super thin knife, but it's such a long, thin, it kind of thins out to become a nice slicer and pretty sharp. So I like that part. I think that's cool. All right, where does this fall? This is definitely within the regular realm. It's between $100 and $3. I think it's like $212 new. And if you find certain places, you could get a discount. Like if you go to White Mountain Knives and they have it, and you use RNK10, save 10%. You use one of my affiliates, they may have it on sale other places, but definitely go check it out. But there's things you can use, places you can go. If they have it on BladeBinge Shop, you could save 10% using RNK10 there as well. So just some things to think about. All right, so that is the that is the price range. So is this an EDC hard use collection piece? It could be a collection piece just if you like the polished DLC. I mean, I like the Militon. Not cost-wise, it's not a collection piece, but it's a beautiful knife, and I like it. I'm going to keep it in my collection. It's one of those knives that I dig. I love the design, the look, and the feel of it. This could be very much that as well. I just don't carry this as much. I like the Militon more, and so this one is going to be a catch and release. I kind of stopped carrying this after I got it, and I think it's a great knife. I have too many knives. I got to rotate them out so I can keep checking out more knives, and this is one of those that, you know, if you make it in my collection, it's a special piece, right? It's something that I really enjoy. I gravitate toward regularly, right? There's things like some of my grails. I'll gravitate toward my Rosie here. That's a regular knife that I gravitate toward, right? There's other knives that I gravitate, like the one I'm carrying today is my Urban XL from Custom Trevor Burger. This is a beautiful knife, and I gravitate toward this, so this is something you'll see me regularly carry. All right. It could be a collection piece. Is it a hard use? You know, as far as a liner lock concerns, it's a pretty solid lock. It's not a fixed blade. It's not an axe. Use the right tool for the right job, but if you're in a place in a pinch of what you're using it for, it could be a hard use, you know, liner lock, inset liner lock kind of knife. I think absolutely. You could be cutting boxes, you know, cardboard, all sorts of stuff all day long, and I think it would do quite well. Definitely an EDC knife. The clip works really well. Beautiful deep carry. You're going to be way down here, so it's a really nice, almost clandestine kind of carry. I like that. Ergos and feel. It feels really good. It really does. And the handle, there's no hot spots. I did a squeeze test. Everything is really good, left and right-handed. I love that. All the little details, little chamfering, little edges everywhere. There's none of that. Nothing that burns. Nothing that's a hot spot. I like that a lot. Opening, closing is a joy. As long as you know where the double clutch is, I've had no issues. Once I carry this knife for any extended period of time, I'm always past that double clutch. It's not really an issue, right? I get used to it. If I haven't carried it for a while, which is kind of, to be truthful, I haven't carried it for a while until I pulled it out and said, hey, I need to do a review. Because I was thinking about selling it. So, yeah, it's nice. Textures are amazing. It's just beautiful tech. I love this unique stuff. I dig this. I dig what they're doing here. It's like a little show-off kind of piece. I think that's really, really cool. And the different styles back there, this is very much of a premium knife. This really is very much a premium knife, and it's at a ridiculous price for what you get here. I feel like this is like so much for the price, and it's done well. I see people who say they're premium charge more, and it's not executed as well as this. This is executed really well. So, yeah. As far as jimping, the jimping is functional. Like I said, you can move across, but it does lock you in when you squeeze down. You have this reverse jimping. It's very big ones, but it does work if you're doing a push cut, or maybe if you're doing a pull cut through cardboard, leather, plastic, whatever. So that's nice. It does have, let's get to it, it does have a clip, a very generous lanyard, not clip, lanyard loop, that's what I mean. The clip is great. It is a milled clip. It has great reflection. It's springy. I can't think of the word, but it's springy. It's nice. I like it. Open and closing is a dream. Just know where your clutch is and no problems, right? For some people, it's going to be bothersome. If that really is a big deal for you, then maybe not for you. I fixed that by adjusting the how strong that D10, how strong that lock bar was, the inset liner lock bar was. It was pretty crisp, and it was hard to get just past that blade, and it made it uncomfortable. You were pushing. This works really nicely. So I like this. You know, if that works for you, cool, right? If it doesn't, there you go. All right, so we've got the flipper, which works great as a push button, and it works great as a light switch. Very, very easy, left and right-handed. The fuller, the thumb hole, great left and right-handed, works really, really wonderful. And it works like this with the left hand, as with the right hand, as easy all the way around. You've got the little bonus flick down here. I think that works really nicely as well. There's no questions. Everything executes really nicely. Because of that, I'm going to give this a 5. I'm going to give this a solid 5, maybe a 6, maybe 5.5, but it's a solid 5. It's just good. It's good, right? I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 6. I like it. I like it. This is a 6. It's a solid earned 6, right? So what is the fidgety goodness? This is 100. I feel like I'm giving a lot of hundreds out lately, but this is, again, 100. Now, I will say, yeah, okay, let's be fair. Let's be fair. I'm going to give it a 95. Give it a 95. I'm taking 5 points off because of the liner lock. It is almost, you can almost get, if you don't tune this just right and and you don't know where the double clutch is, you can get stuck, and that can be frustrating. So until you get used to that, I'm going to take a few points off. I think this could be just a little bit better. If they made that just not the double clutch, just not as, you know, you didn't have to clear the double clutch way down here, it was a little higher, and you didn't have to push that lock bar so hard, and it wasn't so stiff when you first got it, and you didn't have to tune it, it would have been 100. But it's a 95. It's an A. It's good. After I tuned it, it's just absolutely solid. I think it's fantastic. All right. Is it recommended? Absolutely recommended. I think it's a great knife. I think you would do well to have one of these in your collection. Whether it's the DLC I think it's cool. I like the DLC. I think it's cool. It's a show-off piece for sure. But they have a non-DLC version that's probably like 40, 50 bucks cheaper. Might be worth checking out. It looks really nice. This is M390 with polished DLC. I think the non-DLC is S45VN blade steel. Don't know anything about that one, but it is a different steel. Maybe just cool to have because it's different, right? Maybe you don't like black, and the other one's cooler. So there you go. I'm definitely recommending it. I definitely think it's a great knife. I wonder if any of you guys own this. What are your thoughts on it? How do you like it? How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative or entertaining, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, maybe consider also hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking to my channel really helps me out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things. It really does. I know it sounds crazy I say that, but it really does help me. You'd be surprised how the algorithm works. And ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, who's part of the live streams, who's part of the contents, the community. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. If you haven't already hit that notification button down below as well, you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out, a big thank you, a big huge appreciation to my channel members. Thank you. You guys do two amazing things. You encourage me. I'm not a full-timer. You know, I do this part-time. You encourage me to keep going. Not that I don't want to, but with you there, I really, really want to. Even the days when I don't have the energy, I keep going. And I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you. The other thing is because of the generosity of your memberships, you allow me to do things way sooner than I ever thought I'd be able to. You allow me to check out knives I didn't think I could check out because I can cover the shipping. You allow me to do a once-a-week budget banger giveaway. And you allow me to, I don't know, you allow me to check out other stuff, you know, to buy knives that I probably wouldn't be able to afford. So thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys so very much. So I like to do two things for you guys to say thank you. I do a once-a-month members exclusive giveaway. It's, you know, it's above and beyond the weekly regular budget banger kind of giveaway for everybody. I'll find a knife that's definitely over $100, something really nice that I hope that the members would enjoy, would like to have, maybe as a gift for themselves or giveaway. That's the thing. It's my small way to say thank you. The other thing I do is all brand new channel members, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. And that really applies to anybody who's currently actively a member, who's never gotten a channel sticker, who's never asked for a channel sticker. Whether you're a brand new member, been a member all along, were a member and became a member again, as long as you're currently actively a member right now, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and send you a little thank you note to say I appreciate you and let you know how much you mean. So that's the one thing right there. All right. So above and beyond that, we did the channel sticker and all that stuff. I appreciate every one of you guys out there. You guys are amazing. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.